In this example, we worked with a global brand which was subject to a protest campaign which was being driven by a small number of protest groups who had launched a campaign video which was perceived to be going viral. The brand understood how people were engaging with this PR crisis on other social networks, but they didn't have any demographic insight into that engagement, and they had no insight into how people were engaging with the crisis on Facebook. Our approach was to develop a filter very rapidly which focused on tracking the crisis itself. How were people talking about it? How were they sharing links to the video? As well as how were they talking about the brand itself and the major products it sold? We used Vado to classify those interactions which were linking to stories that had already been identified as influential across other social networks, whilst another classifier was used to tag references to the key brands that were being targeted for boycott. The index captured 40,000 interactions over an 8-day period. Through analysis of Facebook topic data, we were able to uncover a number of unique insights. Firstly, the brand was able to see how different demographic groups engaged with and around the issue itself. And the brand was able to see that women over 65 were very heavily engaged in the crisis, over-indexing almost 4 times compared to what would have been expected. The brand had been focused on stories which had some traction on other social networks, but were unaware of stories, particularly in France and Germany, which were driving much higher engagement on Facebook, which they were previously unaware of. Lastly, they were also able to identify the different product brands that were being targeted for boycott on a real-time basis. By better understanding the demographics of the people actually engaging in the crisis, rather than what they assumed, the brand was able to develop better targeted messaging to speak to the true audience engaging in the crisis. They were also tactically able to identify on a real-time basis those product brands which needed additional defense or support as they were being targeted for boycott.